just like the 1776 version of a mob hit. Like they made him row a boat all the way out there and just capped him in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, well, the fact that he was in prison till 1778 and they released him and was named the Massachusetts Banishment Act of that year, and then he got kicked out, left Boston for Martinique, or I don't know where the hell that is. So he got on a boat and just was gone. It just nothing from there. Just erased from the annals of history.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
Illuminati.
It's crazy. Yeah, George Washington didn't play around. Those Knights of Columbus, his what were they, Freemasons?
Yeah,
like,
Freemasons.
The Freemasons were like, bruh.
Yeah. Let him go. International waters. Don't worry about it. It'll handle itself.
Right. And the funny thing is like it says in the book, all he did it for was money. That's literally it. And he was one of like the wealthiest people in Boston already. Like he was just hedging his bets because like if the British came and he was a part of this, like, but he was already like a revolutionary thing. So like it probably would have still killed him. Like if you're a monarch and he was like on that side and stuff like that, you take out all of them if you would have won, right? Like you just like kill all of them.
Well, what's great is he was incarcerated in Boston in the House of Cambridge. So if you go there, you can see his name carved there that he carved in still today. Like he was fucking
cool.
Red in Shawshank. Like he's just like, church was here.
Church was here. Huh, there's no Bibles in this place, though. Weird. Like, nobody knows it's his name. Everybody just thinks it was, like, that's where all the cellies
it's a very
congregated
small
for
room to
the
have a
word of the
congregation.
Lord. Church was here.
Man, this must have been like a small vocational school.
Yeah. Apparently there was a doctor here. Maybe he was a doctor in Bible study. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can get your PhD in anything.
Oh, dude, yeah. In the future, fuck yeah, you can get it in this microcosms of whatever.
I want to go there now. I want to go check out and tour that now just so I can see his name and be like, oh, there's that fuck who tried to fuck over George Washington. And everybody be like, what? And I'm like, let me tell you a story here.
No,
so
they'll be like,
prostitute.
Right, you're blaspheming against this holy space. Can't you see this was where church was held?
Yeah. No, actually, that's about a guy who had a prostitute try to deliver a letter to the British.
Yeah. Here's about a smart...
It's literally the most unholy thing you could do.
Here's about a highly educated sped person that just fucking tried to off the president, and he was the fucking... God damn. His title's ridiculous. That blows my mind.
Oh, I know, right?
Like, how are you going to be the first Surgeon General of the U.S., and your first act is like, I'm going to surgically depose of somebody important.
Right. Well, at that point, though, the letter wasn't about George W. It was just about the war and stuff. But for all, like I said, I'm still really early in this book. That might be one of those like chain events. This is like this thing where they kind of use this as a setup, whereas to tell you like this is when George Washington realized you can't really trust anybody because everybody's like one deal or one or slight push. You know, it's like the old Joker saying, all you need is a little push. And like you're gonna flip sides. And that's so like George was like, oh, I gotta stay on my toes here. But yeah, that's one of the I just thought it was funny that like this guy he's super Harvard educated, you know, he's like the first Surgeon General, he's doing great, and he's trying to get counterintelligence to the British, and he just one day in a rush after knocking one out of his balls, like he was just like, oh, will you take this letter? I can't make it uptown. Will you take it for me? And like it just ruined his whole life. Because she took her to a fucking baker.
What do you think the monarch was promising him? Because in my head, I'm just, come here, church. Yes, if you do this and you give us some intelligence, I will give you a full ride to Cambridge.
It's probably going to make him a duke of fucking, like, Massachusetts or some shit.
The Duke?
The Duke of Mass.
Dude, what was it?
I took a massive duke.
Oh, dude, that's what the English thought of it right there. They're like, that piece of shit land. Speaking of Duke, though, that just reminded me. I saw something where you could buy titles online. where you could just, hey, you could buy, and it was like, I researched it because I'm like interested. I'm like, how? You have to be
By
knighted.
titles, what do you mean? Oh, like
lord.
like lordships and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can become a lord of anything.
Yeah, but it's a fucking joke because I actually researched it, and it's like, hey, for $50 you can buy a 1 by 1 foot square in Scotland, and by owning land in Scotland you can declare yourself a lord because you own land in Scotland. That's like their law.
How poor is Scotland where they're just like, yo, we'll sell off just tiny bits of land so people can become lords?
Well, in all fairness, it's like one person or something that owns a shit ton of land, and they're just like doing this, but it's not actual ownership of the land. I forgot what.
Of course not. You can't own. I don't think you can really own land in like foreign countries.
Oh yeah, you can. China owns a shit ton of land here.
That's very true.
Like,
Well, I think it's because our laws are different. Like, I don't like, and I'm basing this totally. This is all coming from my knowledge when I watched the King of the Hill episode. Because like in King of the Hill, they say Americans cannot own lands in Mexico.
You're watching that? That's not slanted one way or the other. Get the hell out of here.
No, in King of the Hill, they say Americans cannot own land in Mexico. So I assume that's true.
No, the only thing that's true in that fucking show is propane.
Propane, that it's natural gas and you can taste the meat and not the heat.
Oh, god damn it. Oh.